So let's start this one. Hopefully you can learn something and you can do the data analysis without do the complex programming. Can you hear me right? Clearly?
I hear you.
All right, good. Okay, next one. This is my introduction. Okay, to give you overview about what we're going to discuss today. So, of course, when you attend this course, what data analysis, you have the data, right? Then you want to, when you have the data, of course, you want to visualize your data, right? Something like this. Okay, you want to see the pattern, or you want to see the distribution of the data, right? How the dependent variables, okay, this y-axis, okay, variables in the y-axis change when there is a different value of the independent variables, right? Of course, this one you can do in the Excel, right? Okay. Then next one you want to know, okay, the relationship between the dependent and independent variables to do this model, right? Yeah, and this one is something difficult to do with Matlab, with Excel. Okay, but I will show you this afternoon. It's easier to do with Matlab. Okay, so when you have the data, so we can get the equation or the model. We call it the model that can fit the data. Okay, this one you want to do, right? Is it the purpose you attend this workshop this afternoon? If yeah, then it's good. And after that, after you get the model, of course, you can get the new data. Okay, you can determine the unknown data that you don't have, okay, from the experiment, for example, and then you can generate more data, right? Like this one. Okay. These are screenshot. I take from my screenshot. And of course, after that, you want to have a figure, right? Figure to put in your journal article, right? Q1, Q2, scopus, right? Okay, and hopefully after this you can generate more figures and then more papers, right? And of course, you want to write something to share with your friends or share the progress report to your supervisors. So you can also do in Excel, no, in Matlab. Okay, and then publish as this HTML file or PDF file. So we'll then we will see this this afternoon. Okay. And but before that, before we can do all this, of course, we need to know how to load the data. Okay. For example, you have data in Excel or in text file or in hard copy in your logbooks. So first of all, before you can do the data analysis using Matlab, you need to load the data in Matlab. Okay, so this is a learning outcome for today's course. Someone say something. Everything okay? Fine, it's okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Right, okay. Oh, my flat line is not okay. Okay. So this is learning outcome for today's session. First, I hope after this session you can be able to load the data into Matlab. Then you can visualize and explore the data, get the equation you want that can fit the data, okay, and then generate more data. You can do the interpolation or extrapolation, okay, from that model. Then write simple documentation to share with your friends or your supervisor, or put something in your journal article, right? Okay. So next one is this one. Okay, I conduct this session based on example, okay, or case study. I call it case study one. This case study. First one is case study one. For example, this one, say you have the this data from your experiment, okay, and you want to get the model that can fit this data and predict whatever value of heat capacity (Cp) for any value of this temperature. Okay, so let's say you have this one, and so how to do this analysis using Matlab. Okay, when you open the Matlab, if your first time using Matlab, you will see this interface. Okay, this is a standard interface or default layout. Default layout in Matlab version R2021A. Okay, I just download and install.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. You have to use this command Windows. Create your variables to load your variables, to load the data. Okay, to become your variables. So let's say like this. You have type T. For example, you want to have a variables T to store the data for the temperature. Yeah. All right. Okay. You want to store this data, okay, temperature, okay, these T variables. All right. Okay. This is how you load your data from the hard copy. So you have to type in the command Windows. So T equals to this one bracket and this one not normal bracket. I call it square bracket. Okay, -50. To the T. This is the temperature, right? If you look back, okay, the temperature -50 until 110, maybe in degrees Celsius. Okay, so you have to type in the command Windows like this and then enter. Okay. So when you enter, Matlab will put the variables. Okay, your variable T will appear in the workspace here, down here. T and same thing to this CP, right? CP equals to. Okay. So I mentioned this one is if you never use Matlab, okay? So if you already use Matlab, you know how to do this one, right? So okay, later we have the exercise. Next, how to visualize. Okay, if you know the command, you can type plot. Okay, the common function to create a figure or graph in Matlab is plot. Function plot. We use function plot. Okay, if you know this, then you can type plot, then bracket, normal bracket, and after the bracket, if you pause for 1 or 2 seconds, this box, this helps box will appear. Okay, it will guide you what should be in the bracket. Okay? For example, like this x, y, and then the other properties. Okay, so you know your x and y, right? You want your x is t, and then CP become your y. So just type t, CP, okay? And then enter here. If you enter, then a figure window will appear. Okay? Figure window will appear and with the plot. But let's say you don't know, you are first time, you never use Matlab, just install or never install, not yet install. Okay, you don't know the function plot. Okay, you can look at this tab, plots. Okay, so I don't want to use this one. Let's say I don't know how the function plot. Okay, so I click this tab plots. So when you click this tab plots, you will see the many function to plot a graph or diagram. Okay, for example, this one plots as this one plot as multiple. Okay, area, bar, scatter, right? Okay, but before you can select which one function, you need to select the variable. Okay, you see here, you mentioned no variable selected. Okay, so you need to select these two variables. Okay, just click. If you want to click more than one, you hold the shift button and then click. Okay, so you click, hold shift button, and then you click TCP, enter. Just highlight the one, okay, enter, and then it will appear here, right? CP and T. Okay, and then you can select any tools here, okay, any function here. Let's say for this one, I choose plot, okay, choose this one, plot, and this figure windows will appear. This one I mentioned just now. We have this exercise. I think I want to have this exercise. I want to have the volunteer, but already exceed the time, right?
Consider the time. So maybe